Robert Whittaker is back. He's going to take on Aliskerov in the new main event for UFC Saudi Arabia. And Robert Whittaker is taking a big risk taking this fight on short notice, but a risk I do believe will pay off. Whittaker is going to have to survive the early storm, in my opinion. I think Whittaker could be in for a bit of a shock with this guy, but I think Whittaker is a bit too smart, a bit too experienced to get caught by anything he has to offer. So obviously Robert Whittaker is one of the best middleweights in the world, has been for fucking years. But Whittaker's got a problem. He's chinny as fuck, and Whittaker gets hit, and that's Whittaker's big problem. Sorry, I always fucking think Whittaker is going to dismantle his opponents, but then even in the Dricus fight, he fucking looked kind of shit. He just looked off. He just didn't look himself in that fight. And Rob has kind of one of the best movements in the middleweight division, in my opinion. And I think this is going to be the biggest part of this whole thing. You know what I mean? Ikram, he's looking good, but he hasn't really been tested by anyone. I know he was originally bouted against Paulo Costa, I believe. Costa had to pull out. That would have been his biggest test today. I honestly think he's got decent striking, but I don't think he's shown it against anyone that can really get behind that he's going to beat Robert Whittaker. Now, he does have a good chance because, like I said before, Whittaker is chinny, and Whittaker has been knocked out before. In his last fight against Paulo Costa, 10 more seconds in that first round, it could have been a different fight. But Whittaker was able to rebound, and he was able to get that victory. You know, a lot of people thought Costa won. I didn't. I thought Whittaker won, but it's neither here nor there. He's got knocked out by Dricus. He's got knocked out by Adesanya. So as long as Rob can survive that early storm, which I think he will, I just think he's a little bit too crafty on the feet. I think his movement's going to be a little bit too good to get hit by Ikram. And I just think it's too soon. Now, it is short notice, but I do believe Ikram was meant to be originally on this card. So I don't even think it's like a thing of he's going to have a massive weight cut and he's not training and stuff like that. A lot of people are kind of going to be alluding towards that, but, you know, don't fucking listen to them. Whittaker needs to survive the early storm. That's the bottom line in this fight. I think the longer this fight goes, the more we're going to see from Rob in this fight. And this is a perfect fight to come back and say, I'm fucking still here for Whittaker, because you lose to Dricus. You nearly lose to Costa. You look poor in your last two performances. People start to question if you're still at the top of the food chain in this division, because Whittaker has been there for so fucking long. And a lot of people thought he even beat Adesanya in the second fight. I think this is a must-win for Whittaker, but not only a must-win in a good performance. I think he needs to go in there and really make a statement with this fight. And he can, man. He can, because Ikram, I haven't seen fucking shit from him. Do you know what I mean? The only thing this guy is famous for, and well known for, is being Dagestani and getting chinned by Hamzat. That is his two kind of pathways to fame. And the only reason I believe he's getting this fight, A, is because he has a name. Like I've said, he does come from, he's got hype. He does have name value within the division. And B, the fact that it was originally on this card. If this was scheduled as a normal fight night, it'd be a different story. I'd be furious. I think that would be fucking bullshit. The fact he was even fighting Costa was fucking bullshit. You know, how the fuck does that make fucking sense? It doesn't. That's why it doesn't make fucking sense. But they're trying to give him an easy path to the title because he has name value. And people like even Sean O'Malley had to go through more killers than these fuckers do. You know, that's what I think. But anyway, and the people give Sean O'Malley stick for having an easy route. Anyway, I could go on a rant about this, but I won't. Stylistically, this is a good fight. I don't really see Ikram going to be shooting for takedowns. I think, you know, I don't think that's going to be his path to victory in this fight. I don't really see him getting submission over Whittaker. I could see Whittaker shooting for takedowns, and I do think Whittaker could actually get them. I think Whittaker has the capability of taking him down and holding him down for a certain period of the round. Do I think he'd hold him down for all the round, and then that's how he's going to win this fight through wrestling? No. Do I think Whittaker can light him up on the feet later the fight goes on? Yes, but he just has to be fucking careful in that first round, because Whittaker is susceptible to getting hit in the first. The first Israel Adesanya fight, he got dropped in the first round. He nearly got knocked out by Paulo Costa. The first fight against, Dricus du Plessis, he was getting hurt on the feet and then ended up getting kind of like ground and pounded in towards the end of the first round. And of course, kind of got standing TKO'd almost up against the cage to finish the fight. So Whittaker isn't exactly the best chin, especially in the first round. But even if you look at the Cannonier fight, the Vittori fight, and he actually got dropped in the first round against Izzy, the second fight. But you look at those fights, Whittaker seems to just grow as the fight goes on, especially in the Vittori fight and especially in the Costa fight. When he was able to recover, in the Costa first fight, he was doing damage to Costa. Vettori, he fucking picked him apart. Cannonier, when Cannonier was meant to be the next best thing, going to be fighting easy for the belt, he fucking destroyed him. You know, he nearly actually dropped Cannonier as well, I believe, in the third round. But Whittaker is still one of the elites in this division. But this is a risky fucking fight to take on 2 weeks' notice. Man, it's fucking risky. But I do think there's high risk, high reward in this fight. For the winner of this fight, obviously, if you beat Robert Whittaker, you're next for the belt, or you're next for a number contender fight. I do believe Sean Strickland is waiting for the winner of this fight near the end of the year, even if it's on the fucking... If Whittaker doesn't take much damage, don't be surprised if that's a co-main to the Izzy Drickus card, because it's in Australia. So I wouldn't be totally shocked if they do that. I do think Strickland versus Whittaker is actually a really good fight. Ikram versus Strickland, you know, they might even just give Ikram the title shot because they're like, you be Robert Whittaker, fuck Sean Strickland. He got his shot, especially if it's against... He's fought both the champions in the last... Both the champions. People fighting for the belt, so he's fought Izzy and he fought Drickus in his last 2 fights. They might say, fuck that, we want some new faces in here. Would not be surprised at all. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to go Robert Whittaker by decision on this one. I would not be surprised if Whittaker can actually finish him. Maybe a standing TKO up against the cage in the 4th or 3rd. I'd probably go to 4th. Ikram could easily chin him in the first round. Do not be surprised if Whittaker gets knocked out here, because he has been knocked out before and he can get knocked out. He is fucking shinny. Whittaker needs to be careful, but I do think he will get this one done. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you for watching.